Hey. Hey. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Sussex Saturday. I am VS Speaks Royally. I hope you all are having a wonderful Saturday morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are in this big old world that we live in. You know, I'm going to try my best not to cut up too badly. um, During trash time. I say that all the time, but then, the spirit hits me. Um, but yeah, y'all seem to be ready for it. Church Nelly comes right in and is like, "Yep, let's get to it." Uh, and this is even before the stream starts, and I love that. But you all are too funny. So hello, 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 everyone. I would get lost in the comments if I address each and every one of you, but I see your names as I went down the comments as the live stream starts and the intro's playing. So I saw someone mention polo and wait to trash time. Wait to trash time. Um, Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me get on into it. Let's start out with a disclaimer and just get into it. So, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. As I like to do for every Sussex Saturday, read my favorite quote of Harry and Meghan. Each of us can change our communities. All of us can change the world. So, being that it was the 4th of July this past Tuesday, and there was a big hoopla over, Harry and his family being at a parade near their home. hmm This picture was shared during the Netflix series, so it's being shared here now, and it has been shared before. So, yeah, Harry and Meghan, with the American flag behind them, eat your heart out, the Rangers. Okay. And as I like to do a little cleanse, here's a beautiful picture. Megan, I'm sure on the set of Suits, but um, just giving the background that's there. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. And a reminder that there is polo coming up in for Sente Ballet, Harry's charity that he co-founded. And that's in August, and we can hopefully we'll get to see it, and it'll be or there will be pictures of it shared with us. So, of course, I'm sure some of the Royal Rota will be on planes going over there, with their media um, garb, just to make sure that they can try to get close to him and yell, Harry, Harry. Anyway. Polo, polo, polo. Yes, it's coming. So, trending just a little while ago when I was checking Prince William. You all can probably guess why. I'm sure you've seen the video clip of the polo match, or should I say the trophy presentation. And then King Charles the Cruel, which, yeah, even he can't get more tweets than his heir. I thought that was funny, but all right. I'm going to check comments before I go into trash time and try to lay their souls to the ground like this. Okay. Um, yeah, Church Nelly Nacho Man. I'm looking forward to it. Just, something about them on them horses and the white pants. Okay, let me behave. Dun, 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 dun. Church Nelly. Why do you ask about her fashion? She don't have any fashion sense, taste, whatever. So, um, and maybe that's why he did what he did. And you all are going to see that are not part of Squad and probably haven't seen it for 5 million times. Yeah, I just keep looking at the clip and cracking up. So, Diane, so true, Trisha. Apollo beats theirs every time. Well, I mean, number one, stop trying to compete with people that are not trying or that aren't even in some type of competition with you. Harry and Meghan haven't started anything. Then you all the ones leaving the newspapers, when they would come down for breakfast when there was these family gatherings and because of the headlines that you all leaked to your Rhoda, and then you want to make Harry and Meghan feel bad. It's a competition among your own selves. They're just doing what they always have done, even before they met each other. So deal with it, haters. Deal with it. Um, Although some of the haters seem to be coming around, but I think it's just all gameplay. But you'll see shortly. So let me see. Lorna, during the coronation service, the whole royal family were in church and pledged to uphold the faith. They walked out of the church and act like it didn't mean anything. They deserve what they get. Well, um, it's just odd to me that a king or a queen would be head of a church. Because usually none of the principles, and I'm saying usually, just my opinion, pick a church, pick the principles of that church are usually upheld, except some of the bad stuff that has happened, and I'm not going to go into it. And yeah, when I get Patreon up, we can have those like in-depth conversations. Diane, I saw this as I was coming down the comments when the intro music started, so I wanted to read it. Did y'all hear Billy said they were going to play polo to raise over $1 million, translation 1 million and 1 cent, to share among 11 charities? Squad gives more. um, I mean, okay. Hence why Harry usually, when Sentabali is the team is playing, it's for Sentabali, and all proceeds raised go to Sentabali. I get why you might want to split amongst 11 charities, but when the charities are shuttering doors as quickly as, whew, it's very discerning. So, get on it, get on it. You know what, Stephanie? I see that comment. KKK is not dressing for a body type, but she's dressing for Megan's curvy body. Mm, she wishes. Okay. Um, y'all done got into trash time before I officially moved us there. So um ooh, I see some more comments coming. Yeah, all right. So let me hit the, banner that or the overlay that I have, and then let me just go on and get into it because that's where y'all are headed. Just be ready. Okay, just be ready. And so now that all hearts and minds are in agreement, it's your favorite time. Trash time! Trash time! Trash time! So I had reworded the title yesterday when I saw this article out on the Bird app, and kind of took my breath a little bit, but I was happy to see that um, the haters were, a few, were jailed for their actions, words, etc. So neo-Nazi podcast hosts. To hear neo-Nazi and then podcast in the same, like, really, a platform allows you to spew that much hate? Because if you're a neo-Nazi, yeah, you're not spewing love and peace and joy. Um, but anyway, the neo-Nazi podcast host who targeted Harry and Meghan's son, Archie, convicted of terror offenses. So, um, wow. Um, they the wording that was used, like Archie should be put down, is disgusting. Um, they look like the animals that they behaved like. So these are the two hosts. Um, and yeah, there's some fugly SOBs. I had to think of the words that I wanted to say right there. So Christopher Gibbons, 38, and Tyrone Patton Walsh, 34. Now, somebody by the name of Tyrone, really go sit your down somewhere, because really? Oh, okay. hmm I guess we won't be calling Tyrone in this situation. But yeah, so, they don't, of course, they feel that people who have different pigments, ethnicity should not mix. Um, such a 19, you know, 50s or 1900s mindset. And we're in the year, that we're in, and the century that we're in, and this crap still happens. And unfortunately, these people are allowed to procreate and keep churning the same hate rhetoric and push it into their children, who grow up to be just as foul as their parents. So these two abominations, as they wanted to try to say that Archie is, and Archie is not. He's a beautiful little boy. Um, but yeah, they look like they're abominations. Science projects gone wrong. So it always amazes me that those that claim to be the quote superior race look nothing like they're superior of anything, except how to stick their finger up their butts and twirl a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go on, jump away, and woosah. Okay, let me take a sip of my tea. I will say this before I move on. When people are saying, why are they so worried about like that chase that happened in New York City? Um, why are they so like, oh, that's no big deal? Yes, it is a big deal when you have SOBs like this that dispatch their little minions and rev them up. And the road is involved in this because, those headlines that kicked off in 2016 when they found out, you know, Harry was dating her straight out of Compton and wrong, her exotic DNA is going to ruin the blue blood. please. It enhanced it even more so, but that's a story for another time. All right, let me go on with trash time. So I saw this on the Bird app. I squatties be posting stuff and tweeting it out, and I'm like, oh, that's good to see. So this is like back in time because he had hair. But here's the invisible contract that's not so invisible. So in this picture, you have Space Murdy Murk. You should know who I'm talking about. And I believe that's his daughter, or that's the person that was running the um, phone hacking situation that was going on over there at the time. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's who that redhead is. Okay. But, showing off their bracelets for whatever was going on, but, their space, hamming it up, and knowing what this man put his mother through. Okay. I'm quickly going to kind of go on, but I wanted to share this. Uh, who this person is known to be a huge troll of Megan's, but nevertheless, broke clock is right. What, twice a day? Once in a while, they show their true selves as being just, they're out for the hate, for the money. So, talking about the photo of, Harry with Lilibet at the 4th of July parade. Not even saying the name, you see it on the screen. And this is what they said. It's not a professional photograph. They are walking through crowds, lots of movement. Photos can look distorted. I personally think it's Lily with Harry. No Photoshop, because some people were saying, I did see somebody say, whose child did they borrow this time? And I'm like, oh my Lord. But anyway, I think she looks like her brother, but I also think this is a calculated attention seeking stunt to use the children. I know you're not saying that Harry and Meghan are using the children for attention seeking when they're not having a professional photo taken like those other SOBs over in the UK who have to do that for attention and to deflect, which we're going to see because nobody going to tell me they're together still. But anyway, so somebody responded, so you believe there are children? And then the idiot says, yes, always have. You ran out and pushed that there was no pregnancy, moon bumps, and all this other crap. But now suddenly they're children. They're real children, and they're theirs. I have seen some word that there is, some word on the street, something about surrogates, and I had to laugh because I did see that a squatty responded separately and was just saying, "So you're going to tell me that for." I think they said 4 years, so say 5 years, that the staff over there who leaked everything and anything that they could, the staff over there has kept a secret that, Megan used a surrogate, but yet within months that the Rhoda found out that Priyanka had, like, make it make sense. I don't see why anyone, first of all, it's disgusting to even make it out to be some horrible thing that someone who was not able to carry a pregnancy, um, surrogacy is a very personal decision, even for the surrogate, because you are giving up yourself for the entire process to get pregnant, hopefully, and then through the pregnancy. So you're looking at almost 15 months of your life because even you have to give up certain things in order to, you know, especially once you contract with somebody, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if in 2023 the royal family could not staunch out those type of rumors, and I'm sure if there was even a glimpse of that happening, they would have been out there full frontal, but they would have had to watch themselves because they could have pissed off a lot of people. But Meghan was pregnant 3 times, 2 of which were carried to full term. So, yes, people are so like crazy. I'm just kind of floored over it. But As we move closer to that infamous polo, I wanted to just say that I know that there's another reason why um, royal family really doesn't like Harry and Meghan, especially when they're out because of the magnetism people have and that they really like them. So just to clarify and remind people, this is what happened earlier this week. So that happened earlier in the week, when he had this second coronation over in Scotland. So when Harry and Meghan were in Scotland, and so this was a while back, given that they've been out of quote working royal stance, if you want to say, since what 2020, so 3 years now. But this was how they were greeted. So eat your hearts out, royal family. Now, I do want to kind of get into the last few little tidbits I have, and then I can spend time in the comments with you all. So I wish I had seen this earlier when it was first um, printed, but there's a reason why I saw it now. So this was back in June of this year, and I want to clarify this year. Princess Kate, Prince William's sensible sleeping arrangement, secret reason. Royal couples um, reportedly have separate bedrooms. Maybe they do. I could tell you one royal couple that lives in Montecito that does not. Okay. So there may be many reasons behind. Y'all know. I don't even need to say it. hmm I do want to say that I saw this clickbaity because it is clickbait. And I was like, well, how come I haven't heard an official announcement? And then I had to say, oh, it says the Middleton family. Oh, okay. Yeah. Another one's coming. Hopefully he can afford the child that's about to come into their family. But now getting back to, so if you all remember watching the Kanye Nation, I did not, but I know this picture is from that. Isn't that such a loving kiss? Um, Many equate it to the Godfather. I'm going to leave that alone. Take it as you wish, but there's something there, right? So there was polo this week, Mhm. and I want you to see the full interaction, and then you tell me.
And once again, a big thank you to their Royal Highnesses.
When I first saw that clip, the way I hollered when he just turned and walked, I was like, that I had to watch it again, and then I was like, wait a minute, why did he do cheek to cheek kiss? Like, if that's your spouse, hey, whatever the get down is, the get down for many people, but okay. I'm just saying he gave more to his father than he gave to who is his wife. Okay. So, um, I'll show it again just so you know if you can take if it's your first time seeing, you can take it all in. But the look at their entire interaction, and you're gonna tell me. Okay.
And once again, a big thank you to their Royal Highnesses for
So she didn't even hand the trophy. Now we know when there's polo on the Sussexes side. Megan gets to hand the trophy, and Harry is not playing around. He's getting him a congratulatory kiss and all that stuff. But he did the pat on the shoulder again. I don't know if many saw that, but he did the pat on the shoulder after just kissing on the cheeks, as if it's somebody who is a stranger to him, a complete stranger. She was more animated with Roger Federer, who sidestepped her, than she was with him. I mean, it's just like business deal. Okay, let's get together, take the picture, and I'm out. That's really what that was. Now, a squatty then had to say, let me go in closer. So here's the more close up of that. And the mask came off for sure, for sure. So I had to mute the music that was on there. um, but yeah, it's just polo be giving some feels out here, don't it? Now, what were they saying about separate bedrooms? And that's the secret to what? Hmm? Sensible sleeping arrangements. Tell us any bullshit. Um, yeah. Woo! It gives all these feels that this picture, basically backs almost to each other, shoulder to shoulder, not looking at each other. It could care less. Um, but yeah, there's a lot that was shown through there. I know that on the Bird app, many were just saying, can they just make it the announcement already? Because this is like that interaction right there. Yeah, come on with it. Just bring it, say it, be over with and done with. Because stop the pretending. Just stop the pretending. Okay. Now, our favorite eyelash lady. Oh, Lord. um, yeah, she had the audacity to compare herself, of course, to Megan. Like, I had to take the hit for this one because, I usually don't read articles, but I had to go in to see because when I was on the Bird app to get context, all I saw was this. Though they may have been swift to say, now you know how Megan feels, our lives are very different. And I'm like, who said this? Like, I wasn't even picking up on who said it. And then when I went in the comments, I'm like, oh, eyelashes said that. Oh, okay. And why is she saying all this? And then and then I went and read it again and I'm like, okay, did she really say this? Because I just have to see it for myself to know that yes, it was stated, where it was stated, etc. So I do a little search you know, on the person, on eyelashes, and I see, oh, she's stepping back from another writing gig that she had. And I see, oh, okay, yeah, she did say this. So I go into the article because I hate to do this and had to scroll all the way down the SOB just to get to where she said it. So, um, oh Lord, she's crying her lashes off like it's just ridiculousness. But she's looking for sympathy, not getting it. You brought it on yourself. And we can go back to that Oprah interview where you and your daddy and two other people slammed Megan more so for comments that weren't even said in the interview, so that you hadn't seen. Nevertheless, you know, how they got that all on one screenshot, I guess they took out because there was a picture of the queen in between these two screenshots that I'm showing here. And yeah, I just wasn't going to involve the queen in this bullshit. But, she's just saying how, their lives are very different. And that Megan never has to worry about providing a home, food, or health insurance for her family. And she arguably still has the world at her feet. What the hell are you talking about? Every human being that is an adult has to worry about home, food, and their health insurance. Miss Eyelashes, you are not special. You're not a pauper. Although if you are now, it's your own doing because you shouldn't have lied. And yes, that's one reason CNN dropped you because Squad was like, let it be known that this person said this, this, and this, and hadn't even seen the interview. They had to admit it got had by people. Although you signed an agreement, so you just sign up when it comes down to money because the check is dangled. Oh, okay. So she's trying her best to get some sympathy, blah, 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 blah. Comparing our experiences is merely a bully's way of justifying the animosity they've been so quick to promote. You're the one promoting it all these years. I'm sure you'll keep up your two, because your burner account, now that I'm aware. Yeah. But you get no empathy, sympathy from me, Miss Eyelashes. And I told Special K I was sharing this because you have to see the gift moving, but she basically wrapped her up in a beautiful lashy bow, and said Victoria Arbiter knew what she was doing, comparing her no eyelashes self to Megan. Victoria, you lied. Faced it. That's why CNN let you go. Now go find your eyelashes, love. I think that was just so perfect. Lashy bow just tied up in that package and this thrown at Victoria, Arbiter. That's how she did her name. So, um, yeah. Anything that's coming to her is coming to her because she brought it upon herself. Um, mhm. Shouldn't have came from Megan, and then you wouldn't have had the karma come back and whoop your ass. All right, because that's how I see most people. That's what the giddy up. They got all these things coming, and I understand from something I saw right before the live. Um, I'll just say this: don't know if it's true. Person wasn't sure if it was true that they put it out there, so it's conjecture. It's just commentary of what I saw. That someone with the name of Jeremy and the last names that rhymes with Bine. hmm may go the same way as Schofield. Oh, okay. So we're going to leave that right where it is. But baby, if that hits the airwaves, he's going to get scorched. He's going to get scorched. All right. So as I like to do as I'm wrapping up my trash time, um, this is what she needs to be more concerned with because I can see, yeah, spaces, space is gone. He's gone. That whole interaction we saw, he is gone. Just my opinion. But the jewelry, this necklace. Has anybody seen it recently? Any talk of the town on? Because this is like the most expensive one, isn't it? That is missing. Oh, okay. Last seen around her neck. All right. Let me come back up at the top. Hopefully, Kuja doesn't cut up as I see she's about to. Bella, that's okay. Okay. There's over 260 some odd comments. Woo, 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 woo. Whew. Let me scroll up. As you know, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just jump in and come on down and come on down and All right. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Mm. This happens to be the comment. Yeah. Okay. Church Nelly, too many pegs in Peghead's bed. Educate, how are you? I hope you are well. They have separate homes. Yeah, well, I'm just going to hum on that one. Lorna, they are not saying the truth. You mean separate bedrooms and separate houses. Yeah. Anna, yes, Willie was kissing as big time. Woo, Jesus. In which picture? Woo! In the video or the one of his of KC3? Because yeah, KC3 is a big ass. And then I would say the clip of him at Polo getting the trophy. He was kissing one too. Okay. Whew. All right, Teresa. When a loving couple is complete with each other, they don't sleep in separate bedrooms. Child. I mean, there might be reasons. Maybe there's a lot of flatulence that happens at night and you sleep because that does happen. Maybe someone snores just incredibly loud and you can't take it. Someone likes the TV and someone doesn't. There's many different reasons. Mind you, it's not an every night type situation. So, but that's the secret. The secret to which royal couples is what they should have asked because, yeah, I wasn't trying to find that article to read it because since so many divorced, I guess that's the reason. That little thing is going to come back. Yeah, that's going to definitely come back to haunt them. I do have a feeling so. Let's see here. Church Nelly, didn't Judas kiss Jesus too? Just saying. Okay. But see, when in the mafia, if someone kisses you, that is where they get that term kiss of death. So I just say this. People need to be careful of what they ask for. So many are saying, oh, they want space, they want space, they want space as their king. No, you don't. Because that is one horrible man who he probably will make Henry VIII, put Henry VIII to shame. Just my opinion on things. But yeah. And how he moves. Yeah, he would. Diane, sensible sleeper. One apparently didn't get the memo of what clownery she was supposed to wear to Scotland. Jesus. Stephanie of K is pregnant. Who's a daddy? Jeez. Now, see, that's a whole nother. She's not. Her brother's wife is, expecting. So, although I guess, he's probably happy he doesn't have to carry that end of the folks anymore. So. Annie. Um, Charles needs a taste test. I'm sure he has one, but it's the food is so bland anyway. I mean, Okay. Especially, now I'm saying this, and y'all know, because here in the U.S. we don't usually have beans for breakfast. So if you're having beans for breakfast, by the time you're ready for bed, them beans are showing up again as gas. I'm just saying. So maybe that's another reason, as I said, flatulence. Yeah, for separate bedrooms. What the hell is Slim and Dim wearing? Church Nelly. Dolores, Kate, and William kissed air. Well, I'm just saying. That was a greeting of a stranger. Like if he did not know her, she's just some member of the board on the polo committee or whatever. Like that's how you would meet an acquaintance. But your wife? At least it could have been, like that beautiful little he gave his dad on the cheek. I'm just saying, even if you didn't want to kiss on the lips, because they're so stiff and, there is no more protocol because we don't even hear that word used anymore since the queen kicked off and transitioned. Okay. Teresa just could say, damn. Patricia, it gives old Diana and Charles vibes. Again, the one that wears Diana's ring better be picking up that the juju on that ring and how Diana was treated, royal protection removed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we don't need to go any further. If she was smart, Even if her mama was smart, she wouldn't have tried to push her daughter to that. Just saying. Okay. Um, oh, you hear Penelope in the background. Lorna, an iceberg is warmer than those two. Ooh. Mm. Elaine, he practically ran off the pitch 3. Let me. That was the first thing I noticed in the clip. I'm like, oh, he's walking up. I'm like, okay, well, that's odd. And then he's scooting them together to get the picture. But that just immediately, not even turn to say, see you later, nothing, just turned and walked off. And I was like, uh, okay. Hmm. I didn't see any headlines talking about that, but I'm sure they were all, puff pieces as usual. Whew. Coco, 2 kisses on the cheek. Does Willie even know he's married to Kate? I'm sure he knows. I mean, he chose her, threw that name in the hat, and that was the one he picked out. I'm sure that's probably how it happened because, 10 years. Oh, Lordy B. Okay. William couldn't wait to get away from cosplay. I just have to say, because this just like, how do I say this in a nice way? Because it really is not truly a nice way of saying this, but you've seen the pictures of the kids and the expressions that they have around her, which is like, ew, what is this? Um, One kid was holding his nose, literally. But then to see how Federer reacted to what she said, and I hope some of you have looked at the clip and tried to read her lips, because I'm telling you what I read. Woo, child, she's lucky his wife didn't reach around and slap the taste out her mouth, as folks would say. Not inciting violence, but just saying she was out of line. And so, yeah, we talked about that on Trash Thursday. But yeah, I don't know if that Wimbledon situation played into this, but he's a petty little sob, so she should be used to it. She should be used to it. Woo 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 woo. He was like, "Let's get it together. Take this picture. I'm out of here. Adios." Much different than our faves who were like, "Can y'all just stop?" All right. Tiger, you can't get away from her fast enough at the end. Yeah, well. Mm. Cal, his kiss to his father was scary, to be honest. Will looked like he wanted to off the king. Well, he probably did. And he should be careful of what he's trying to get that position, that title. Because there's always going to be somebody wanting to push him out the way. He keeps forgetting that. Just how he was raised is, I'm sure, how his chaps are being raised, especially the one that's the heir to him. Yeah. Hmm. Always will be one that will want to push him completely out the way. So I want them to wait as long as possible. So I hope, KC3 hangs in there for 40 years. Um, woo. Kids, rage and cage. Quick kiss, pose for pics, then quickly leave the scene. Even the people clapping were lackluster. I mean, the whole thing. Some, like, there was a couple like, oh. I love how it was just cut off, like, as they were making the announcement of, royal, royal highnesses or whatever. And then it cut off from there. But yeah. Mm. Lorna, that's because Kate is a complete stranger to him. If anyone had artificial insemination. Okay. Hmm. Woo! Could be. I mean, they're always throwing that out at, Megan, which we know damn well that chemistry between Harry and Megan, yeah, it is not the situation. Even if it was how one chooses to build their family is a very personal decision. Annie, Kate is really in trouble. Well, she signed up for it. If she wasn't smart enough to know the end game, probably wouldn't have included her. That she was needed for one purpose. She's served that purpose, much like Diana, sadly. Mm-mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. She best be prepared to be alone the rest of her life. So he really can't. Faith really can't stand being next to Torso. He can't. You think of like him move it along, that gesture he made at the receiving line when they were in another country and should have been more well behaved for a future king. Just saying. Hey, Cookies and Cream is so evident that Sir Pegalot is repulsed by the sight of Miss Pretzel. Sticks Mac mumbles. He doesn't like being around or touched by her. He really does. There's some deeper stuff going on, and yeah. Um, now, again, I'm just making commentary in my opinion, but I'll just say usually when a man has that much of a visceral reaction towards the woman in his life, his wife, um, yeah, usually she's done something that unforgivable sin that's usually in men's heads. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that that's what's happened, but there's a reason for him to truly be so like, ugh, you know. And Kuja decided to join in. So yeah. Oh, Church Nelly, stop. Lord, y'all are got me needing depends. Ooh, geez. Tinkle, tinkle. Lorna Lottie, a real man doesn't like mean and petty. Well, I mean, he's mean and petty. He don't like himself. I'm taking it, and I'm just gonna say it because it just hit my two queens can't rule. So she needs to realize that. Okay, now back to the next comment. Tiger Arbiter is pathetic, justifying her bullying Megan. Now karma has found her. Well, do. Big time, big time, big time. And Stephanie, let's see. Eyelashes. Megan is blessed by your mouth. Is blessing her while your words have cursed you. Well, and all them little articles that she's written, and pushed out under her, even her burner account and all that. Good glory, bullhawk. Yeah. Diane, the Unroyals are not underwriting anything for the Sussexes. Nothing. They earn their own keep, insurance, housing, food, etc. Exactly. Lilibet's godfather provided them the flight out, the freedom flight. Again, if cosplay was a smart person, she would have foreseen this before even trying to get that bad juju ring. But she wanted that, but she never looked at the bigger scope of things. And even while she's in the midst of it, she might start seeing it. Maybe she's seeing a little bit of it. Again, I don't give her empathy or sympathy. She chose, and then she acts mean girlish every time that she's out and about with others. So, and disrespectful in a sense. So, yeah. Claudia, mean girl, has been put out to pasture. Well, now do. Mm-mm-mm. It's just. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Rachel, the hypocrisy of this woman is masterclass, isn't it? She's got that Karen rolled down. And yeah, she's a Karen. Karen lashes. Karen D eyelashes, since they like titles. So there you go. Gwendolyn, tell us how you really feel. Everything should have fell the hell out that lion bee. Well, yeah, she's only getting an inkling. I'm sure it's like the drip drip, but yeah, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. Catherine is Let me see. What is this? Valerie Catherine is a modern day Leia. William doesn't like or want her. Ooh. Mhm. Teresa, the Sussex squaddies are thrashing it up today on Thrash. Listen, that's usual. That's usual. Compton Calico, she hasn't never played a victim. Yeah. So, certainly. Harry and Meghan does have to provide home, health insurance, food, and especially security. Exactly. And the security has to be tighter because of the crap that Eyelashes and her fellow, comrades in the Rhoda have pushed all this time. So, yeah, propaganda, as I like to call it, my opinion. All right. Benjamin, Miss VS, there's a long line behind Victoria who needs to get there. And Benjamin, you better believe they're going to get it. They're going to get it. All right. I see I have 2-starred comments. So let me jump over here really quickly. Oh, educate. Thank you so very much for the super sticker. Elaine. Thank you also for the super sticker. Okay, this is for both of you. Yeah. This is for both. I'm just trying to get to the right spot. There we go. You're making it rain, 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 rain down on me. Thank you both for the blessings. I appreciate it. I very, very much appreciate it. All right. Now, because I did that, I lost my spot a little bit in the comments. So I'm just going to pick up where I was. Um, Let me see. Tia, Victoria's trying hard to get back into America. Media is not working out for her in the UK and ain't gonna work out for her here because Squad will show up and be like, think again. No. Diana still checking pawn shops, but last heard the ice was still missing. Woo! We're gonna have to look and see if we see some new jewels pop up on, the mother-in-law. You know how in Ocean's 8 that necklace was, yeah. Mhm. Okay. Tiger. I'm not reading your comment. I just put it up there, but I'm not reading it. All right. Yeah, everybody's real bad. See, Cuja's getting into it. Let's see, Lottie. That's why William don't want to them ugly ass foots. Oh, he liked them. Probably sucked on them toes too. But now he's moved on. Because remember, there's somebody cosplaying cosplay, wearing the same shoes. Because she probably doesn't realize that cosplay is wearing Megan's shoes, but maybe she does realize that, and she can give him a little bit more spice, like he feels like he's anyway. Moving on. Let me leave that alone because the thought is just stomach churning. Somebody out pegging, cosplay. Put it that way. Joy Bell, the reason why these haters refuse to believe the children are theirs because they didn't expect the kids to look white passing with blonde, red head, and blue eyes when Wales kids doesn't. Well, and that's true. Even Harry said he thought Meghan's genes would be more dominant now, taking into consideration that Meghan is biracial. So generally, now I'm just saying generally, say Meghan had married someone black, then the children would be, more melanated, possibly. But given Harry's genes, and they say genes are very strong, you know, and Diana wanted to make sure she had the last effing laugh in that whole situation. And to be able to make sure that KC3 stays clear of them because you know why. Continually be reminded of her. Yeah. Mhm. I love it. I love it for them. Here, someone in that family, we all know who, space, okay, was allegedly concerned because they never did name the persons. They named the two who did not say it, and that was the Queen or Philip. Now, Harry did clarify that. So, which I think was funny because he knew he had to clarify. But the first one that spoke out to say we are not a racist family, yeah, that one. being concerned about the pigment. Yeah, he's made to look like a fool, big time, big time. So, you know, they're gonna change as they get older and all that stuff. Because when you look at pictures of Megan as a child, a baby, and now you look at her, we change the facial features. We get older, but yeah, they sure didn't expect it. I'm just hollering that they for so long pushed this whole thing that they weren't real. The kids aren't real. The kids aren't real. And now you're trying to, of course, you see that you're coming up in lawsuits and stuff, but you're now saying, oh, they're real. I always believed that. Oh, okay. Sure, you did. When all your content says otherwise, but all right, it is what it is. Um, Janice, a little bit is a combination of Harry and Meghan. They saw the picture and it had them all shook up. Sweet. Saying that it's like this photo op. No, they're out there minding their business. They know that pictures would be taken? Of course. Whether it was a pap that happened to be out there or it's just somebody, just because the pictures weren't, um, the pictures were taking it appeared to be the one of Harry and Lilibet. The several of them were like pretty close, but it could have been zoomed in. They know they're out in public, they're going to have pictures taken. I did see a lot of people, because squads were sharing a lot of the pictures. I did share the ones that I saw with members. Um, but they were, the face has to be blurred and it's illegal to take the picture of the kids when they're, it you know, Megan went after the one, Pap, for the pictures that were then sold, but it's really the tabloids that make all the money from the pictures that they get. So yeah, TMZ had them. They knew having the kids out there that they were going to be pictured. There were going to be pictures taken of them, um, and the children should be able to enjoy, whether it's holidays or whatever occasion that they happen to be out and about, even if it's just a walk. Let them have those moments. So um, I'm glad to have seen the pictures, because especially Lilibet, and then seeing Archie. I mean, they're just regular, normal American children. Some people had differences of opinion based on how Lilibet was dressed, and I'm like, she's a little girl. And at that age, a lot of times they demand to be in dresses, and she had on her socks and red shoes, which is a fallback to an outfit that even her dad, when he had on a jumper, I think is what it's called in the UK, but he had on white socks and red shoes. And it's like, oh, how cute. But, you know, it is what it is. Oh, that's right. Apartheid. She's apartheid eyelashes. That's what, VA is called a lot of times. Um, I'm just scrolling through comments because there's so many, and we're almost on an hour, and I don't like to go too far over the hour mark. Teresa, what are cookies and cream? Oh Lord, let me see. Oh, okay, yeah. Miss Apartheid needs to accept a whooping from Karma. She brought it on herself. No one told her to lie about an interview she hadn't seen. Sign a contract and accept the money. Exactly. She hoed herself for that, and therefore, take it on the cheek. You know what I mean? Take it on the cheek. Uh, ah, yeah, that's probably who they should check. The dresser who, thought she was going to get this free home, and then Charles to get out, and then he moved her somewhere else, told her to get somewhere else. Yeah, she might have that necklace, and since it was last seen around someone else's neck, And if that one gets the boot, you better believe them headlines. Yeah, buddy. She never looked at the end game. Never saw that end game. Kids, both are miserable and allegedly can't divorce because it would look bad on the crown. They want Chuckles and Princess Di 2.0 situation. They don't want. Well, I mean, in 1 year, the queen had 3 of her children divorced. The crown survived. It barely survived the handling of Di's death, in that the silence almost was detrimental to them. And I still give the queen side eye for that, but it is what it is. But yeah. Diane, I'm moving on. Nope. Let me see. What is this? Patricia, I've always thought that William makes Charles look like a sweet, wonderful man. Mm. Is that why he always elbowed him or slapped him in the back of the head? Because there's old video clips of William doing this, even like teen years. So, yeah, okay. Woo, I don't know about that one. But I will say this, Annie, you are correct. He definitely is. But it must be the air training. There's a special training the heirs go through. And like I said, um, Space forgets that there is one below him that is watching all his moves and eventually will be in the same position as him and will want to push him right on out the way too. So I hope he remembers that. Um, yeah, but I do believe if he got that title now, he would be worse than Henry VIII. Just all them women and others better be careful. Off with their heads. Let me keep on scrolling. Benjamin, let me see. Uh, Kate will never cheat on William. That would be a big hit to any future significant settlement. Kate isn't a dummy. Don't underestimate her. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Didn't they say the same thing about Diana? Mhm, mhm. And always put her into that category when they question Harry's father, who could be. And, it makes me ill to at this point. Like, that's so disgusting, um, to keep doing that because you're really saying more about Diana than you are. Okay. Let me see. She's not leaving without plenty of cash. Well, I guess that one headline about KC3 writing the check for Megan is really replaced Megan's name with that one cosplay. And I mean, that's some pretty pennies. She just has to take care of her family since her parents don't have nothing and they're going to have to live in the same home and, all that stuff. Eventually, the nannies have to move on because the kids are not small anymore, only so much. Now that Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. There was a show on E Entertainment. Was it called The Royals? I don't remember, but I see that being the future of the whales. Kids just off their rockers doing whatever, all about town in many different ways, partying it up in every which way, upside down and all around. I do see that coming for them. Just they, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I see that coming for them. Sharon. Charles cannot refuse William's wish to divorce. He's too afraid that William will leak it to the press and make him, Charles, look like a hypocrite. That would not look good for Charles. Well, yeah, I mean, how are you going to tell your son no when your mother granted you a divorce? And then years, decade later, allowed you to marry the woman that caused your divorce. And then, eventually allowed herself to even be in the presence of that woman because from what all that it was described, that she wouldn't even be around. Um, and did we see Philip there? I don't think so. But anyway, okay, let's move on. Mm, oop. Okay, Rose, Harry and Meghan looking at each other. Says it all. The butt tap with Kate and Will is new for them. Like, why start now? Because they're just trying to squash any type of rumors. Because a certain hashtag keeps jumping up every once in a while, and although Space sued to have that squelched under human rights, he seems to know when it's privacy versus when it comes down to his brother and sister-in-law. Lottie, Harry is hot, and so is Meghan. They just melt in each other's arms. Yep, 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 yep. Um, Reba, does Sir Pegalot think Kate desires Harry? I don't know. Probably. I mean, we saw headlines how she just misses him so much. What, being the third wheel and have to stand there and smile in your face, you know, because your husband ignores you? Oh, Harry's no longer the third wheel. Church Nelly, that comment at 12:18. Yeah, I'm not even. I saw it though. Hey, Sherry, never late. Oh, you didn't get a notification? Oh, did y'all all hit the thumbs up? Because that's usually pushes out notifications too. I'm just saying. Um, Let me see what Teresa's saying. Harry wanted to bring about changes to save that family and the firm, but they were so quick in the past that they can't pull their heads out of out of their arms. Harry took his family and ran. Yeah, thankfully, intact, happy, and thriving. Yes. Lorna, I know. I'm just gonna try to. Gwendolyn, I'm sorry, but the bitch is crazy. I'm sorry, I have to laugh. Lottie, yes, that's true. The juju on it is bad, and she just loved getting that ring. I mean, in a way, I'm glad that Space took it from Harry. Basically, he wanted to present it. I don't believe any. Yeah, he wanted to present it to the woman who waited 10 years, stalked him all that time. Um, she probably was like, "That's the ring that I wanted." Because I would have thought after all them years, no, I don't want your mom's ring. I mean, I think it's sweet gesture. No, I want a diamond about the size of that emerald, though. But yeah, that's a whole nother life. Okay. All right, Elaine, let's see there. I have a procedure next Friday. Prayers would be appreciated. We will definitely keep you in our prayers. Um, Elaine, definitely, 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 definitely. Um, all right. I can see I need to. I'm well over, yeah. I'm over my hour mark already. Um, oh, it's Stephanie's birthday. See, you all don't tell me these things ahead of time. I would have gave you a shout out. Because the only one I have is coming up on the 22nd. Fire, yeah. Okay. But let me make a little entry in my list that I have here. Okay. 7, 8. And we're gonna put let me put the oop, and now we're going to make sure I get Stephanie's name. Okay. Hopefully she enjoys her. All right, she spells it a little different, but I got it. Okay. I just want to put this in on my list while I'm thinking about it, because I will log off and be like, what was I supposed to do again? Then y'all be screaming at me. Next year rolls around. Okay, so I have her on here. So I will give her appropriate shout out next year. Hey, Charlene, how are you? Good to see you. Um, Lily and Archie have some resemblance. They do. Brother and sister. I would hope so. All right, all right, all right, all right. Kids, behave yourself. The only one who haven't divorced is Prince Edwina. Yeah, like I said, three of her children, of the Queen's children, you know, divorced that one year. You know, and she made note of it. Lakivia, how are you? Trash time, love you, and trash time. You are the best. My goodness, yeah. Okay, I'm missing something. I'm with somebody in the parade. I'll just kind of leave that as it is. I'm seeing happy birthday. Make sure I haven't missed anything else. I'm going to start wrapping it up. All right. So, thank you all for joining. I do hope that you did enjoy the live stream and, had a good little laugh here and there. I'm sure some of you clutched your pearls. 'Cause sometimes I can just step over the line just a little bit. But um, let me just see. I'm just looking for a comment. Okay. I'm just going to leave this up and then end the stream with my outro music. But please be safe out there. Please take care of yourselves. I do hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other in the YouTube hallways here and there and everywhere. Um, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alma, thank you for the Cash App. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I just happened to see that as was I got notification of that. So thank you, Alma. All right. So everyone, please be safe out there. Please take care of yourselves. Love you all. And yeah, let's just keep our eyes wide open because there's a lot being said without it actually being said. So on that note, let me get my outro music up. You would think that I would have been doing that, right? Oop, nope. Oop, almost got myself in trouble there. Love y'all. Take care. Bye.